The next slide. Get yourself out of debt. Okay. As there are such things as good debt and there are such things as bad debt. The only debt you should retain is a housing loan or a loan for something, uh, like a real estate or something like that. Now, good debt means you borrow to get something like a house. Okay? You replace money for a particular asset. But in the meantime, you're paying this slowly. A bad debt would be you will borrow money just so that you can buy a new cell phone, which you do not need yet. Or you borrow money and then you just go gambling. That's bad debt. As much as possible, get yourself out of debt. If you don't have to borrow, don't borrow. If you borrow, what I'm telling you here is, the game plan is, if you borrow, use it to acquire an asset. Okay? Do not look better off than anybody. You're getting into bad debt. Use debt to your advantage. But if you are there, get out of it as soon as you can also. Next slide, please. And part of the game plan is you need to make sure that you protect yourself with life insurance. Okay? This gives you cash for health emergencies. Get yourself a good insurance like what we did here in the group personal accident insurance. If something happens, there's money that's going to go to the beneficiary, to you or the beneficiary. This gives you cash for health emergencies, so you can focus on getting better, or pays for something, gives money so that the family can continue to do it. Insurance is always part of their financial planning. It is very true because you can never say that you are exempt from accident. Okay? So if something happens to you, you need to make sure you have enough money or you have enough protection to get you through that particular situation. Get out of debt. Make sure you have proper insurance. Okay? Let's go to the next slide, please. Okay. The third part of the game plan is set up an emergency fund. Okay? There's always going to be emergencies. I remember when I was a child, I suddenly realized that what if I end up in the hospital? I wouldn't have money to pay for the hospital. Every month, no matter what, I put it there. It is to make sure that if I end up in the hospital, there's money for that particular item. The formula they tell you is you have at least three times or 6 times what you make per month. Set it aside. Okay? It can also be an emergency, like for example, for teachers and the non-teaching staff. What if, for example, like, remember, you will not have to worry. You have financial security because you have set aside money for yourself. Item number 4. Next slide, please. Make saving a habit. Why is saving money important? It protects you in the event of financial emergencies. Okay? You lose the job, there's another pandemic, okay? Income goes down, business goes down. You have money set aside for that. Okay? If you have savings, it helps you pay for large purchases. Like for example, you need to buy a house, you need a car for the children, for your children's tuition. So make savings a habit. It also gives you financial freedom to pursue whatever hobby or passion you want. Okay? And having savings helps you avoid debt. How do you do savings? Can I have the next slide, please? Okay. If you look, I'll just do this fast. There are 2 things at the bottom. There's a don't and there's a do. Ask yourself, do you save every month? The answer to that question is you should be. Okay? But how do you do it? A lot of people do the one to your left. They will spend first. Okay? And then whatever is left at the end of the month, that's what they put into the savings account. I tell you that does not work. You will always end up with debt. Do the one in the right. If you're earning, for example, 30,000 pesos, set aside 10 to 20% of that every month. Okay, so let us say 30,000 pesos, 10% is 3,000. So you put 3,000 in the bank, automatically you're left with 27. That's what you will spend for the whole month for your expenses. And you work within your budget. Okay? Don't try to spend first and save. What you should do is save first and then spend after what is left behind. So, first game plan, okay? Get out of debt, get insurance, set up a emergency fund, learn how to save properly. Next slide, please. Okay. As early as being a student, you should try to learn how to invest already. Investing is defined. It's a verb. It's a long-term commitment to use money with the expectation of receiving back the amount plus additional value over a period of time. Okay? Look for ways. If you put money in the bank now, what is the interest rate? 1%? Yes. Okay. Time deposit probably gives you 2%. Okay. Inflation is at 5%. So you're only earning 2%, inflation is at 5%. You're not going to make it. You need to look for something that will give you greater return for every peso you put in. Okay. Always value for money. Value for money. Next slide, please. Okay. How do you invest your money? You want to get a greater return, greater than what inflation is doing. Okay. One way is to start your own business. It doesn't have to be a big business right away. Most businesses start very small. When I was a student, what I did was, I was born and raised in Zamboanga. I studied in Manila. I would go home on a regular basis. What I did was, I started a small business. In Zamboanga, you could find Blue Seal cigarette. This was the craze back then. I would buy cigarettes in Zamboanga. When I get to Manila, I sell it to everybody I know at double the price, because it was 2.5 times the price in Manila, but I was only selling double. So they will all be buying from me. It was small. I was earning not that big, but when I put it all together, it was enough to pay for my ticket back and forth. It allowed me to go home. The second way of investing is to use stocks and bonds. Okay? Here, if you're not yet savvy and you do not have yet a big amount, it might not be as easy. There are products in the market. Talk to your video banker, where you can, for example, if you have 5,000 pesos, you can already start working on a stock or a bond or a mutual fund, for example. So there are several ways you can do that. And the third is, talk to a financial advisor, people who know how to make it happen for you. Okay? Talk to BDO if you like, or talk to any financial advisor and ask them, where's the best place to put my money today? Okay? So, learn to save, now the fifth game plan is learn to invest. Okay? Next slide, please. To counter life's what ifs, always make sure you are aware of the financial planning pyramid. Okay? In the bottom, you think about protection, you think about getting a life insurance, get an insurance. You know, the second is you have to be liquid. You have to have funds for emergencies. Third is you have to have medium-term savings to set aside money always. You have to have long-term savings, and then you have to have investments. Put this together in this kind of pyramid, then you're on your way to proper financial planning. Next slide, please. Start planning for a better financial future. Start planning today. It's never too early, and it's never too late. Okay? Start it now. Yeah, can you end the slide presentation? Learn to dream big. End na po. Yeah. I'll end my presentation here. I was asked to keep within a time frame. Okay. So So does anybody have a question of the items I talked about? USJ-R group personal accident insurance and strategies on how to achieve financial security. Let's end the slide presentation already. End up. Let's end them on the, no, we're already 2:23 p.m. So I end my presentation here. Okay. Let's end the PowerPoint already. Please unshare. Unshare na lang po. Okay, thank you very much. So, I mentioned about being with BDOI. BDOI is the biggest insurance brokers. We're here to work with you to help you do things correctly. We've been helping USJ-R for so many years now. We've been getting value for money for the Group PA that we've gotten for the past few years. The benefits are very good. We constantly, every year, we improve on the product. Think about we also having financial security as early as now, even if you're just students. Think early. Think about the 5 steps we talked about earlier. And we hope to be able to hear from you also. Should you have any questions, please feel free to either sale or video insurance, and we'll be glad to help you out. So, are there any questions or anything that anybody would like to ask?
Hello, thank you so much, Sir Rands, for the talk.
Hello, sir. Am I audible?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Thank you so much, Sir Rands, for the talk. At this juncture, we will start the open forum and question raising. Does the audience have questions for Sir? I think, sir, one of the questions the students might be thinking of is that for insurance, is it necessary to have their own bank account? And if so, sir, are there processes that students need to undergo to open their own bank accounts?
Oh, okay. For insurance alone, you do not need to have a bank account. No, you don't. You don't have to. You just have to be able to qualify. In this case, for USJ-R, if you're a student, you're automatically qualified. Or you're connected as a teaching staff or non-teaching staff with USJ-R, you're automatically qualified. So that's our policy. For the bank account, okay, normally the Bangko Sentral of the Philippines has set up minimum requirements for bank accounts. You will need 2 valid IDs. You have to be at least 18 up. If you're less than 18, you will need your parents with you to sign the forms. But if you're 18 up, I think you can open your own bank account. You just need to bring 2 IDs with you to identify yourself properly. And then I believe the Bangko Sentral said 2,000 pesos for an ATM account. Okay?
Okay, thank you, sir. Sorry.
Next question.
So from the audience, kinsa may gusto mo ask ni sir? This is your time to ask any question about the insurance talk that we just had.
I'm not receiving any.
Hello, yes, sir.
Turn down the speaker behind you. I'm sorry, I'm not receiving any audio.
Other questions, sir? Is there any insurance coverage for COVID as of the moment?
Your policy covers us for COVID provided we are hospitalized. Okay, there's 400 pesos a day for COVID, and then we made that part already of the policy. Uh, but the best thing for COVID, please get boosted. Okay, COVID's always going to be there, but you can protect yourself by getting boosted as soon as possible. We have a daily hospital income benefit that gives us 400 pesos a day for every day in the hospital.
I think that would be the questions for today. So thank you so much, Sir Rand. Thank you so much for taking time, the effort to be with us in this seminar.
Thank you very much for the opportunity.
So,
Now that it's time, I call Honorable Julissa Villamor to present the certificate of appreciation to Sir Rand.